Is there any more work to be done with 22 signed? Do you expect anybody else to come in?
I don't expect a lot of movement for Michigan after this, to be honest. I think that they got what they wanted out of this class for the most part. I think, we can talk about a couple guys here more in a second, but I also think that the closing deal for Michigan and Jim Harbaugh is a few pieces from the transfer portal as well. We really have only seen the transfer portal work one way for Michigan, and that's guys leaving. And so I'm really interested to see, as obviously Mel Tucker has used it, down the road in East Lansing to his advantage. Is Jim Harbaugh going to do the same at a couple key positions? So I think we can look at the offensive line and defensive line, especially on the interior, as big positions for Michigan to look in the transfer portal at.
Is it too early to think about who may be leaving early for the NFL draft?
I don't think it's too early to think about that. I think if you're, especially the coaching staff, you got to start thinking about that.
Sure.
I mean, obviously, Aiden Hutchinson is the projected #1 pick right now. So how do you even begin to replace a guy like that, especially when the guy across from him, and David Ajabo, is going to go, projected mid to late first round as well. So you're replacing both sides of that. You've got a couple guys that are up and coming, but you obviously want some depth there. So I think when you're looking at a Derek Moore, a 4-star D lineman, he can help there. Mason Graham as well on the interior is going to help on as a 4-star D lineman out of Anaheim, California too. So there are a couple guys on this class. I don't know if they're going to have complete right, because I don't know if they're going to have an impact right away, but even a guy like Kevontae Henry, who was a huge pull for Michigan yesterday, that wasn't fully expected, but he's an edge rusher out of California. So for them to have this California to Ann Arbor connection with a lot of these guys is really important. But yeah, it's in all, I think a really, really good class for Michigan. And I think they're using that momentum coming out of the Big Ten championship game. Like you said, going to be in the spotlight here in the college football playoff. And so they're using that to their advantage.
4 from California. So that's the most from any state in this 22 class.